Toastmaster, fellow members, and any guests, if there are any. Thank you for the opportunity to speak in front of you. Today I would like to share with you a snapshot of my journey in my life so far, particularly in the context of how I landed up in America from India. I was born into an agricultural family in a remote village in South India. My father was the only educated guy in the entire village, and I was fortunate to get decent education for myself. Although I was going to school, I spent most of my leisure time in the farms helping my grandparents. I do have a degree in electronics and communications engineering. And I didn't have any clue that one day I'm going to land up in America when I was doing my undergrad. I failed engineering quite a few times, and it took an extra 6 months to get my degree. So although a couple of my friends were talking about GRE, TOEFL to do their masters in US, I didn't even think about it. I was unemployed for 2 years after my undergrad. 2 years later, with an encouragement from one of my friends, I completed a software training program, which got me a job in a nice software company. A year after later, when I was in my cafeteria, a recruiter from one of the consulting companies in US approached me in the cafeteria and said, Chana, are you interested to go to America? Are you kidding me? I failed in engineering. And he said, it doesn't matter. How much experience do you have? I've been working with this company for a year. And he said, let's listen. I'm good in preparing your resume. So I'll do that, give me your passport and other documents. I'll work on your H1B papers. I didn't have a passport because I never thought of going to America or any other foreign country. So I worked on getting my passport and gave it to him. 2 months later, he came back with a list of papers which I took to US Embassy in Chennai, and he stamped it. I couldn't believe it. We didn't have a telephone in my village, so I took the bus, went back to my village, and I told my parents and my grandparents, you know what, I'm going to America. It's a pride in India for parents especially, to tell everybody that their son is going to be in America or going to work in America. But I warned my parents, okay, don't tell anybody, because I'm not myself sure that what I'm going to do there, whether I'm going to settle there comfortably or not. And then my grandma asked me, do you have to fly in a plane? And I said, yeah. And then she asked, does it go over oceans? Yeah. And then she came near me, hugged me, and oh dear, sit in the middle seat. Don't sit on the window side. As you can imagine, she was afraid that I may fall off the window. I was the first guy to take the plane. In fact, I was the first guy to take a plane, at least for 20 villages around my village. I landed in Washington, D.C. in 1997, August. I fell sick right away. I couldn't keep my food here. A week later, I was taken to hospital. For half-day stay in hospital, the bill came as $1,000. My greedy employer didn't have insurance for me. I had to pay that bill by myself. So all the money I got for myself is spent in 1 year for that. For the next 1 to 2 months, during the time when I didn't have a job, I was in the state of trepidation. Every day I was tempted to go back to India. The very single thought that if I go back to India, I will be bringing a lot of disgrace to my proud parents and grandparents who proudly announced to everybody that their son is in America now. I stayed back. I stayed back. In the next 1 month, I got a job. My first job was in Omaha, Nebraska. And I started getting used to the life here, food, making friends. And then I moved to New Jersey, stayed there for 2.5 years. And in 2001, I moved to California. Although I moved to California, and I repeatedly told my dad that I am now in California, when the September 2011 attacks happened, they were watching the TV and they saw that planes crashing into the towers. My mom went on duty for the whole day. I couldn't reach them on the phone because the phone lines were cut. My brother still teases my mom that you wasted your days for nothing because you didn't know that the brother is in California. I got married in 2002. I got married to an Indian girl from the same home state. I have 2 kids, a 5-year-old son and a 1-year-old daughter. My wife works